Yentie de eja ye papa sosu mianga saminua peyin o kan ye efa sa asem we ho efa Supreme Court ho eye ensemi entie no.
The court just upheld the position of the law because Parliament is a legislative arm of government. The work of Parliament ends with a presidential assent. If the president does not assent, there are provisions in the Constitution that shows what the president is supposed to do. You know, convey in a memorandum to Parliament the reason for refusal to assent, for Parliament to then take further steps, whether to amend provisions of the law and so on and so forth. But I think the action filed by my brother Richard Sky was quite premature. And I think what the Supreme Court did today, with all due respect to our brother Sky and his lawyers, is only just upholding the rule of law and also upholding the separation of powers, which until recently the Supreme Court has not done. In fact, until recently the Supreme Court has rather taken a stance to be interfering with the works of Parliament. This is just one of those cases that is a distinguishable case from the recent ways in which the Supreme Court deals with Parliament, where the Supreme Court has interpreted. If you look at the Abdullahi case, Justice Abdullahi case, you look at the recent case of the majority leader with respect to Parliament. Clearly, what the Supreme Court has done today is to distinguish itself or to take maybe a second look at the way it interferes with the work of Parliament and now make a determination that the work of Parliament is even not ended until the president decides to assent or not assent. So now that the
and this in a nutshell, the Supreme Court a year womo decision on my dismissing a year Richard Sky a yes a LGBT a year a friend saying and some of the call two Supreme Court in him. A man for say we dear abane we President Nana Dankwa Kufuado won't sign it and sana we frakunyum Costellano or your president until 6th of a year January 2025. Do you think the president is so sign?
Dr. Ran, I think that some of us are very young, but we see from very far. Say, Obekai, I will tape or on this particular way. I sat here and I told you in principle, say, it was absolute nonsense for anybody in court all seeking to stop Parliament in this particular fashion. Because Parliament, they told me, say, oh yeah, no court, no precedent can stop Parliament from undertaking idea constitutionally, you're bestowed on it to do. Until after we are coming into force and you think relevant portions of it, it was certain portions are affected public good, whatever. Then you can raise it up and then you quash it. But in the process of doing the business, then as a form, no court, the same way president assenting to the bill, no court can stop a president from assenting to a bill. And there are some Supreme Court that can and they're not say, and some hunana asante be there to na Kufuado te ho anoro mo ka say, even say a court to Intino, say court to Nyamaya, mean to mean sign. And at that position, some of us have been vindicated because I told you on several occasions, Sir President, any right to hide around court to be obedient semna court. Aduma Parliament here no and the Parliament you can't stop it from doing it. So on what basis? And a president the no court. But you see, and America say court and I'm happy today there is a petition that is seeking to remove the Chief Justice because she has proven so incompetent and so arrogant that she need to go. And I support that particular petition. We will come there later, I know. But you see, this whole thing, was a ploy just to buy the president time. Going into the elections, Senka court by the ruling way Babontia, the president will be forced to do it. And he's looking at how the economy at pansam in some or rely on external sources for cash and then for them, because the Americans made it quite clear, say, oh yeah, they were threatening him in for them, or he was scared. So there was no way President Akufo-Addo was going to assign or assent to that particular bill. And the only way Obetimia finding legitimacy to hide behind it. And it says Supreme Court will prolong the case until the elections. And it's exactly what they've done. But you see, you see a court don't find yet such as Kedes are good years and some no. Because everybody could see say this is the outcome ever. Because Obia Usi and law crying him say court no need no quine to stop a president from assenting to a bill. Only no quine. The same way court no need no quine to stop parliament from say onya ne mara. So how then would the president hide behind that particular word? But court should not allow itself to be used in this particular manner. And then you know the public trust in this institution, any hope you know. And I'm very much convinced that cleaning institutions, we can leave the Supreme Court out. Because the integrity is soiled. It is in the mud. Open institution by Ghana for any respect manner is the Supreme Court. And I think that we need to start cleansing it. And in doing so, getting some people out is the only way out. You see, these people do not have conscience to resign on their own. Because the Chief Justice or that particular conscience, I think that they are no year no esenka by nanko no ankasa yewie ya or resign no court nefie. On time obi for petition me gu nanim ase. Or no ankasa should just resign and go home. Go ahead the post and the postering. Kwan of us or panel. Ade ba kwa Ghana for who says so we panel or set for various cases now. There was certain commonality, certain individuals are always they were present. And there were certain top people she knew that these people are objective, independent minded, that they cannot be maneuvered. So those people were always out. There was a pattern that people need to study. And I think that on the bench, there are several issues between or some other people. Na kwanya Akufo-Addo afaso wa party court no. Ana onam suma say let come president say or appoint a man for mra your friend saying a Supreme Court bench so when she knows that even the place itself is full. Nipa na obo mudi ni nyina no ye. It's whole lot. So I think that the Supreme Court is dirty, so dirty to the point to say if there is anything that we need to wash in this country, it should be the Supreme Court and the Electoral Commission. And I'm hoping that President Mahama will take it upon himself at this early stage, He should not throw away any petition that comes his way. Because President Akufo-Addo has made it clear, say, we are president, you're just a conveyor belt. You push it to appropriate investigative body to undertake whatever investigation. At the end of the day, whatever be the outcome of that investigation, will determine whether we should proceed in getting them out or continuing to do. I don't want us to do these things in a buga way, but let us follow the process. We need to sanitize state institutions to bring back hope, and that is all that we are looking for. Finito.
Ivan and Sana Memo wa Kokrano. Well, final words to everybody listening. Yeah, Christmas. Yeah, bro. You see much Ivan. You see much pa. Mame enka say enkofu bibra wo mo hwe. Some are falling in love with you. Makacho say Ivan you're single. It will be why didn't say
Obenya asemo. Obenya asem. Dr. Ren, I think say your friend say omo hwe no you better obi ase all these years. Adwuma na ye no be say it's a work without pay and for the sake of my Ghana. And I think say Obia contribution that far.
Me say we are single, we see menya asem. De bia me say we are single, unka say menya asem da. And now me can Mr. Hansen, great footballer. Was see you see yourself. Nigga say menya asem no kind of crutch me. And then Obia be fa kwa na.
I say obenya asem. Say de bia me catch ra una unti.
I believe you.
Enti young koso na young hearting your vigilance. Just like we've been doing over the years. It's not as and yes, a buying for frabanti, everybody is going to sleep. Me say we to me money pana one checking out. When you better not the other, we are the sentinels destined to protect this country. It doesn't matter where you are. Let us activate our vigilance. You may be part of the government, you may not be part of it. Ghana is the ultimate destination. what is right, what is wrong. And I think say together, no, say it to me, take this position, now you hold power well that's accountable. We may not have to sit there, wait for a third force and a third party to come and take over before Ghana be. Even these ones we have, no, we hold the master key to make them work for us. And I think that is the position I'll take. And I think that we need to do that to ensure we get things done in this country, because other countries, that is the way they get things done. We should get to a point where citizens can pressure somebody to resign in this country. And you get to that point, you hold people accountable. I think that would be the biggest pinnacle of democracy. So mecha what you Christmas drew. We're just hoping say we celebrate it in peace, so that when we return, things will also come to normal.
Sorry, Miss Sinka, we are not canano. I just a woke there. Yanhenia, Ubekwa Bomodia, a petition president, EC boss, Jane Mensah.
Oh, Madam Macan, Mrs. Obiam petition, I will do it myself, because I think that Mensah and the Bossman Asare for are filthy corrupt. They cannot be there. After say elections, now we are the constituency. You declare elections now, man for no. The Electoral Commission, Bossman Asare, has the audacity to come and do press conference by catching Ghana for say some of them we legitimate. They have to who bond up. Based on what law? The CI has made it quite clear. So you declare election at the constituency, we are the only avenue for any conflict resolution at the court. So as an electoral commission, go back to 2024. That is what they told the NDC when some of the constituencies, massage here to get it. Techiman, South, Urafi. So how then the same commission turns around, realize and say, oh, say there, better recollection. Say NDC recollection, and I'm saying party nankasa serious. They should stop it and make sure say whoever is aggrieved should go to court, because election is done. The winners have been declared. Nobody should step into any coalition. These are criminals. I want the electoral commission. You see, a last dance. I want dance to appease to they are not independent-minded commissioners. Because Bossman Asare will be a said, "Oh, smart now. Now, and yet that kind of partisan way, no, yeah. And that press conference will be the last thing he will do. Mandate to Ben or to sit in Accra to determine election outcome. I will cause what the mind. I will be a declare, and they say some of them were declared under duress. Dr. Ren, so who's young law? Declaring an election under duress does not necessarily say the okay and you're correct.
Oh yes, the figures doesn't change. It doesn't change the figures.
Exactly. So you say I declare it under duress. So figures na mekan no kwa na enye no omo trauma me na mekan ye. But if you were forced, even if you were forced to declare the election under duress, the figures you mentioned were accurate figures. It doesn't change anything.
Police for and the police for the no be the 2C EC officials who say monkasa na.
Yes. And like I say, you see, this electoral commission, they are gangsters. These are gangsters. They need to get away. And we cannot continue. Who's a man for so election now by we yet? That is the mistake in this country. Young family, democracy. Because going forward, they will come back again. We need to get them out. I'm a petition, I'm just monitoring. So I will write it to the president. And I'm not sure that he can throw it away. We need to get them out. And then breathe certain air of hope into these state institutions. Because Sunday early morning, Dr. Ren, Nanka minim de besi okroma say. Because electoral commissioner not one. Now they were not doing any coalition. Omo to us a man for BCG, omo way into omo just one constituency. By the end Sunday evening, now one constituency pen and omo way so. How can you get serious? Even MPP as a political party, NDC or Monya commissioners are well able to collate results. It means a figure. I'm about me to be so. How much more commissioner yes say we are seeking in the amount? Such a grass same TV way. I can't afford to West also. We need to get them out. They are dangerous. They are gangsters. We need to get them out.
Ivan, Mamenda Wasi, you be doing come. Hey.
Thank you.
Na sa na me wie afi we dey anu achi o.
Abufu Dr. Ren, abufu. It's unfortunate that time crying on Kayabeka more. Abufu. Because when I saw that press conference on TV, na me bisa say ah nanko for mo yare anasa den because how can you do that press conference? Say election no mo ye no ye. Oh you see where the be or say enye valid or say you have no power. Law bang and the back hill. Court is there. Constitution now make it quite clear. We are dissatisfied that because the election has been called at the constituency. Go to court. And I said, only trust or court to them. And you go to court. No. They are doing everything to stop this to test Mahama Benya because they are scared that Onyasa Wena. People are confused. They may attempt to massage the constitution. It's never going to happen. So we are going to near Kawabini to one say people are going to change the constitution go for another 8 years. Sandeman is not going to happen. Maybe we can do massive constitutional changes and yes, practice over the years. And that is what we can do. But for that aspect, people are scared. And now, state institution, a lot of people will be hunted out because when you get the majority now, you can your friends saying constitution no omo kan saying obetimi aye you can review the constitution.
You may review, yeah.
Yes. And qualifications of CJ and Asifo, you can just slip in clauses that make them unqualified. All of a sudden, so their position become untenable. So you can use the constitution to get them out. So I think there's a man there's so more there, or more fadi or more just to do what they are. It's a desperate attempt, and I think we have begun of what do I'm for near Tedru sang some no. You can do it and survive, Dr. Red.
What up, my people? I go by the name T-Rhyme, aka the stylish rapper, aka Control, aka Fire, aka what I say, BBB. You watching Davcado TV. Keep it locked. Don't go nowhere.